History, it's not something just for textbooks, especially when you live here in Kentucky. And over in Nicholasville, there is a rich story that weaves together a significant part of America's past war history with today. Join me on this trip back in time to Camp Nelson and what it still means to Jessamine County today.
No justice, no peace.
We cannot afford to stay quiet when our lives are on the line.
I think Camp Nelson is relevant to the national discourse that we're having today about the legacy of our country, the ideals that this country was founded on.
Well, you might be saying, what could a cemetery and 4,000 acres of land in the heart of Jessamine County have to do with today's issues? Well, that answer is crystal clear. Camp Nelson National Monument, established by the U.S. Army in the summer of 1863 as a massive military support installation during the Civil War, stands as a tribute to that American legacy. Essential
from the very first day to the last, actually.
Yet imperfect because of the human toll and sacrifice.
The Army literally enslaved people from multiple counties in central Kentucky to build fortifications to protect Camp Nelson and also to expand the road system in this area for the Army to effectively move men and supplies. So that America could push towards the ideals of liberty and justice for all. Camp Nelson is one of the largest recruitment centers for African American soldiers in the entire country during the Civil War. Attracting more than 10,000 African American men, mostly enslaved, who escaped to the camp, some with family, all to fight for the Union to gain their individual freedom and secure a future for their loved ones. By enlisting in the United States military, African American men self-emancipated. This status, however, was not applied to their families, especially in the state like Kentucky or one of the border states which still maintained the institution of slavery. But there was an even darker side, one that has been lost to time. While there was a battle raging to preserve the Union, that fight often left those seeking those freedoms America had offered its white citizens, refugees in what had become their own land. They had no rights, and they could be expelled at a moment's notice. And we know of at least 7 expulsions that occurred here where the Army forcibly removed black refugees. There are very tragic stories that occurred here because a lot of these refugees that were expelled, we know they were family members of black soldiers. And a lot of the men that enlisted with the promise that they could take care of their families as well. Among the treasures hanging from the walls of the Camp Nelson Museum is a newspaper article about the events of November 23, 1864. It painfully details when 400 African American refugees were expelled. It details the pleading of one African American soldier, yet ultimate forced removal of his wife and children, moving them by wagon in freezing conditions 6 miles away to what would later become the Camp Nelson Home for Colored Refugees. Well, a few dozen of them formed their own community, a new free black community located at the former Home for Colored Refugees that was established at Camp Nelson in early 1865. Today, it's called the Hall Community. That's community, we now call it the Hall Community, endures today. There are still people that live there that are descendants of soldiers and refugees that were at Camp Nelson. And this church, a broken remnant of a time long gone. But for those who still live here, it's a beacon of hope and promise. During the expulsion, homes on Camp Nelson for African American refugees were systematically burned to the ground to ensure that they didn't return. But a few weeks later, the Army reversed its policy and built the government-sponsored Home for Colored Refugees. By 1866, Camp Nelson was abandoned and dismantled as a whole by the U.S. Army, but the Hall community remains. Back to you.